Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I am just one of your hostess with the mostest. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The cerebral assassin.
Get out here with this old thing going.
Clayton Kisco. And I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom Gamers. With us on this podcast today, we have none other than the heartthrob.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And I was thinking
forever.
about this one. The guy that freezes the tropics.
No. The man who's too hot to freeze and too cool to melt. Rocco Avellino.
I'll take that one. I like that one. Or the AKA man bun.
That's
right.
I'm
going to go with it right now. I'm going to piss off some people we know that are kind of underneath 5 foot and they're assassins.
Why do you say they're assassins?
Because they are so agile. They're just crazy. Also, although she's really loud, so I don't know.
And last but not least, the man formerly known as the Enigma, a.k.a. the man in the mask, a.k.a. Backdoor, a.k.a. Perfect Bow Forever.
I like the AKA Backdoor.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
What's going on, fellas?
So, for those of you who aren't familiar with this show, if this is your first time watching, the format's really simple. Each one of the Maelstrom Gamers, we hop on Skype every week, and we each bring a topic for our discussion, but more importantly, for your entertainment. There's 5 topics each episode, and each topic is its own video on YouTube that we put on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. Monday through Friday, topic by topic, and on Saturday, all the topics are rolled up in the full episode that you can get. All of that's for free, but there is a way to get it earlier and simultaneously supporting us for as low as $1. If you just have a couple, like 99 cents, 100 cents lying around, you don't need it, it's just $1, send it our way if you like what you're hearing and like what you're seeing. You can do that on our YouTube channel, on the support button, or you can go to patreon.com/MaelstromGamers, and you can give us $1, and we'll give you these episodes early. In addition to that, there's free ways to support us too. You can go on our Facebook page, you can go on our Instagram page, and you can go to our Twitter @MaelstromGamers, and you can follow us, like us, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel. All of that stuff is great. We love hearing from you guys. We love all the support that we're getting. People are sharing, people are shouting out and commenting and just adding their 2 cents. All thoughts and opinions welcome, but we reserve the right to disagree.
Disagree always.
Especially flat earthers, because they seem to hate us.
They hate us.
So
I don't know why we love them.
And look, if you haven't had enough of us with all of that, you can also follow us and watch us live streaming games. We're playing a lot of The Division. I'm seeing some Dark Souls 3 on there. We're certainly always playing League of Legends. So you can watch us and follow us.
And some Smite. Ian's got Smite going.
Yeah,
He's actually trying to get me into that right now.
That's right.
I'm thinking I'm going to.
So we're playing a lot of games, probably the most we've played in a while. You can watch us do that on youtube.com, on our YouTube channel. And we also want to play with you. Come be a Maelstrom Gamer. So support us for $1, be a Maelstrom Gamer, and then come play with us. Join us in Smite, join us in Division, in the Dark Zone. I know everybody needs some little bit of help, right? So you need some friends in that game. We're wanting to be your friends. We just want to play with the community and the audience that watches us. And so we'd be really excited for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how better, I just realized that if they wanted to play with it, I don't think they know our handles. So I think what I'm going to do is eventually add your guys' handles to each YouTube channel. Yeah. So you guys can either get harassed, added as a friend, or something like that.
It works.
So we'll put like, our PSN or our Xbox or League of Legends, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Steve-O's is abusive 69.
Yeah. I don't know. You see that one at such a young age. I still don't know why he did it.
All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on our first topic.
Boys and girls.
Let's do it.
Everybody knows this week is Mother's Day.
Ooh.
So if you don't know it's Mother's Day, you have about 6 days
seconds.
until May 8th, this Sunday, to go out and get a present for your wife, for your mom, for your grandma, for your great-grandma, however grandmas you have. You need to go out there, at least get a card, do something for them.
Or at least call them.
Being a mom is amazing, so.
Show that gratitude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with this first topic is favorite mom memory. It's a little sappy, but
favorite mom memory.
I think it's worth it.
Mom, you're my favorite. I love you.
It's really good. Billy Joel.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
If you don't know about that, then
I don't think it does.
Then you don't know.
No,
music.
that was like Neil Diamond. I'm crazy. That was like Neil Diamond.
I got to think about this one. So favorite
mom memory.
There's just so many.
Memory.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh well, one of my favorites is one that I'll always remember. Is I was age-wise though. That's the only thing I guess I don't remember. My mom got married to my stepfather, and
I remember.
we were out there, and I think it was like what 15 then. Were we 15 or 13?
I think we're like 13, maybe 13 or 14-ish.
Okay, so maybe that 13 and 14, and it was I got to go out there and dance with my mom, and I used to love Boyz II Men. That song, Mama.
Yeah.
Mama, I just want you to know.
Yeah.
That loving you is like food to my soul.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Rocker, you have a really great voice.
No, so I sang that song out to her out when we were dancing. I was just sitting there, doing her thing, and it was, I don't know, that was a really memorable moment for me. I knew it was a memorable moment for my mom too, because it's like one that we can always kind of discuss. But it was like that one sticks out hardcore because there was just so much love at that time. Everybody. My parents my mom and Neil had been together for so long that when they finally got married, it was a big deal. It was cool. I'd say that's one of my top 3 at least.
Yeah. How do you think that made her feel
Huh?
when you were singing that?
How did what?
Now that you're a parent, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think that made your mom feel when you?
I mean, my mom's always been a really emotional person as it is.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter if it could give me anything, she just starts tearing up. My mom was and during that time, I was thinking she was bawling. She was trying as hard as she can to not mess up her wedding makeup and stuff like that. But I'd say I don't know, that being a parent now, that's it's memorable when your kids do something that's so touching like that. Most recently, it was my son reached out to my dad, his Papa Guru, and just out of the blue was like, "Hey, Papa Guru, I love you. I just want you to know." And it was like, whoa, that just. Nobody was saying anything. Nobody was doing anything. He was obviously just in his head had thought that going on. And as a parent, a grandparent, that could be it could be heart touching. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happened with my mom at that moment. And that's why it's kind of impacted us both. Is one of those times we got to share together. That was memorable.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You, man, come on. You gotta
no, I'm going
to think about some other ones.
Yeah. Okay, go think about some more. Ian's, do you have a favorite mom memory that you want to share?
I mean, I've been trying to think of this. I just have so many memories of my mom. She was always just such a hard worker and do virtually anything for us.
Yeah.
But probably, let's see here. I keep thinking about when I danced with my mom at my wedding. And,
oh wow!
Yeah, that was actually.
My mom's gonna watch this and be like, "You son of a bitch," because we didn't have that dad-mom dance.
I remember your mom was on Skype though, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That might have been a memory that I'm gonna share.
There you go. So, but it was funny because she told me before. She goes, "I'm gonna probably cry while we dance." I said, "Don't cry. Just don't cry. That's the only thing." So the whole time she sat there, she's like, "I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying." So that was a pretty funny memory. But I mean, the memories, I guess, from back when I was a kid, it's kind of more of a family memory, but it was on my mother's side, and we'd always have golf tournaments, and we all divide up into teams and everything. And I remember just sitting there hanging out with my mom and her brothers, and it was so much fun, and we'd be out on this gazebo and everything, and my uncles would be drinking beer, but I was only 15, so I'm just sitting there hanging out with them, and we'd play board games and whatnot, and it was just cool to see my mom in that kind of atmosphere, letting loose, having some wine and stuff, and not having to worry about football practice, cheerleading practice, work, all these crazy things, So that was always a very fun memory, and I don't know, it just always sticks out in my head seeing my mom sitting there having fun and not worrying about dinner and everything. So
talking about your mom, man, one of the memories I have of your mom all the time too was when she would make chicken pot pie.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Oh, that's the
oh,
best when you have like a food memories
like
associated
she
with
would
that.
make the awesome. She introduced me to chicken pot pie. I've never had it in my life, and it was like she was like, "Here, you want chicken pot pie?" I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You know, what is this mystery that says chicken, which is one of my favorite things. So it's like
Pie?
crusted like pie. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good," you know, like the sauce and stuff. And I'm telling you, like that's what got me into like nowadays. And no, it's not as good, not even close. But I'll buy those frozen chicken pot pies just because of Gail, which is Ian's mom.
Damn.
Dude, because I'm like, dude, it
Good
made
job, Gail.
Yeah, good job.
And she put it in the oven, and it seemed like to always come out perfect. You know, like because you could always.
perfect.
You could always, and when I would cook it, I'd like overcook it, burn it, and shit. I'm like,
And your mom's like, "Yeah, amateur."
That's why I ended up getting those frozen ones because I was like, I don't know what she did, but like this thing like kind of works.
Do you guys have certain recipes? So the chicken pot pie thing seems to be Gail's. Rocco, do you have something interesting
My mom?
cooking wise that your mom has done? Because I
Yeah,
know
enchiladas, man. My mom can make some delicious enchiladas. Like she doesn't end up doing it like with the corn tortilla. She ends up doing it with a flour tortilla, which makes it more like kind of like a burrito still enchilada.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Like honestly, so good. That's
nice. So is that something that you constantly ask for your mom when you see her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so anytime she ever says, "Okay, you get one meal."
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, totally.
whatever. It's enchiladas.
Yeah.
You know?
Did she ever make some for you for college? Did she ever like bring some or anything like that?
You
I
know,
know you
I don't
weren't as
think she ever.
Probably not. I
if
mean,
she
it's
ever did
quite a
that.
drive, but
Yeah, it was like 7 hours, but she
Yeah.
still should have. I'm gonna get on to her for that one. I mean, like, you left me stranded
What's your
for
mom?
4
what's your mom's
years. Sherry.
Sure.
All right, Sherry. Rocco's coming
Yeah,
for
Sherry.
you.
I want enchiladas.
My mom. Okay, so my mom notoriously and infamously, and she does not hide this. She's not a great cook.
Okay.
Or she
Oh.
cooked a lot, or she tried.
Yeah.
But she just always jokes about her not being a cook. But the one thing that I do love that she makes, that I always enjoy and I always get when I come home, is baked ziti. She always has like frozen baked ziti ready to go to be heated up in the oven again, and it's freaking delicious. So I love that.
Gotcha.
Especially because when I was a kid, I was a really picky eater, and I wasn't about to have
Yeah.
chunks of meat in my goddamn pasta because I thought that was weird. I was like, you have your hamburger over here with the bun, and you got your pasta over here with the sauce, and you don't mix these. This is weird. So baked ziti was great
We're
because there's no meat in there.
sheltered. So,
But she did not. Sorry.
I was a picky eater too. Actually, I hate like ricotta.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't
really?
stand ricotta.
Now
and my
or
mom
used to.
I still, I mean, I can stand it now, but like lasagna, I don't like lasagna. I love
Yeah.
like spaghetti and everything
Yeah,
like that, but
totally.
I hate lasagna.
That's
and
crazy.
when I was growing up, my mom would make like my mom's a good cook. She's actually a really good cook,
Yeah.
and she would make lasagna for the whole family, and then in a separate dish make my own lasagna, and all it was layers of meat sauce and the
That's
long
how you
noodles.
get Ian.
That was it.
And that's how you
Yes.
get Ian.
Dude.
She's like, "Here you go, everybody." Okay, Ian, I made you a special. He's like, "Yes, mommy."
Oh, you know,
Our
a
mom's
really
great
good
like
memory.
that.
I was being a little shit once, and I was sitting at my counter, and my mom was making French toast for the first
This
time.
isn't
And
a
I
crazy story, Ian, is it?
no.
Okay.
This is this is a good story. And this is a memory. Like
Okay.
my mom's like, "Hey, we're having French toast for dinner," and I was like, "I don't like it." She goes, "You never had it." I said, "I don't like it." You know, so I sat there.
I don't like French.
I sat there and argued with her for like 10 minutes at the counter, and she's like, "You're just gonna try it by." I said, "Nope, not gonna do it." I'm like 9 or 10 years old or something like that.
Could you
And,
imagine?
Yeah,
Dude, I
Kid,
can imagine that.
It's French
My
toast.
kid's doing that.
Yeah.
My kid's doing that right now. He's about to turn 5. It's like, "Hey, da da da." He's like, "Nope, I don't want to try it." Like, like, "No,
Yep.
you haven't even tried it yet. Like, you gotta try it first." Like,
Yeah.
just nope, not gonna do it.
yeah. I might have been like younger. I think I might have been like 6 or
But you
7.
said 9. I'm gonna leave it at 9. You're just a
Okay.
stubborn. You're an older stubborn asshole.
So finally she forces me because we'll get into those stories later. But my mom morphs, and she forced me to eat it, and I took a bite of it. I was like, "Oh my god, this thing's fucking delicious!"
Yeah,
And like I just did a 180. I was like, "Yeah, can I get some more?"
Yeah, no shit.
that's
Did
the way.
she try to
that's the way-
explain to you that it's like waffles?
Like,
Yeah. I mean, 'cause she used to make homemade waffles and everything, and I
right.
like those. But she's like, "These are like a lot better than those." She goes, "You got to try it." I was like, "Nope, don't want it. Give
Oh
me
my
like
God.
chicken fingers or something."
Yeah, of course. I want chicken fingers, breakfast, mac and cheese.
Hey, what's your mom's name now, Clay?
Mary.
Mary. Okay, yeah,
nice.
Mary.
So,
Right.
Mary cooks great baked ziti.
Yeah.
So the memory I have, my mom, I think the one that stands out the most that I could appreciate and really just, I'll just always remember, is when I was sick. She would always be there for me, and like depending on the severity would change, but like I would always like have like she'd be like, oh honey, I'm so sorry, like be really like compassionate
Yeah.
and supportive. If I had like a huge fever or like a headache, she'd like just sit there and like kind of rub my head like
Yeah.
up until like I fell asleep and like kind of went through that. She and she's a nurse, so she has experience like knowing what to do. So like ice packs on the armpits just to like keep the fever down, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But like she'd also like just cook me food in bed, so I would get like grilled cheese.
Does anybody's father do that kind of stuff? Did anybody's father like have that compassion when they were sick?
I mean, my dad definitely had compassion, and he would go out and get me Gatorade and stuff like that. But like,
Okay.
Yeah.
my mom would definitely be like bedside.
I'm seeing that with my kids though. Like not even that, but like they will gravitate to the mom anyways. Like
Yeah.
you can be that figure to try to be compassionate, but there's also a different side that's like they're so nurturing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that makes you feel better, especially when you're sick.
You want your mom. when
Yeah,
you're sick.
exactly.
I feel like.
Like, yeah.
I think that's reverting back to like the nature thing, like
Yeah,
that's
I mean-
just nature is that a mother is supposed to be more, that's why you gravitate towards them, I guess.
Yeah.
So like that, like we've had that kind of discussion and stuff before, and like I kind of was like hesitant and on my heels about that make entirely was thinking like yes, nature, but also there's nurture that kind of involves that too, like stuff
Right.
comes around. But my baby girl has like slapped me in the face with that, at least just my one incident, because she came out right away just holding baby dolls and wanting to take care and nurture and make sure that they have their food and their water, and like nobody was like pushing any type of baby dolls or anything like that on her by any means.
Yeah.
But she's all about like just that nurturing, so which
Totally.
makes sense for also all being like I want my mama when I'm
Yeah,
sick.
man. And so Mary did a really great job of that, and like it's so much
Yeah.
so that like when I was really sick with food poisoning for the first time in my life, and being sick for the first time away from home in college, that was really weird. I was like, holy crap, like
Yeah.
it sucks being sick and not having someone like help you and take care of you. So like that I remember missing. Like having someone be like, "Hey, mom, can I get some medicine? Can I get some Gatorade? Can I get some blah blah?" I'm sitting here watching TV and then I'm passing out, like whatever. Like, she was really attentive to that. She was really sweet and loving and caring in that way. And then I think that there was another story, but I had completely forgotten.
That's sick at college, man. I've had something that was like not fun either.
Yeah.
And you definitely do want your mom, especially when it's like you're away from them, like you
Yeah.
don't have that ability to just like cuddle me up, like
Exactly.
make me feel better.
I remember the story. So we would play manhunt as kids, and that would require me to go at a very young age, like around, I don't know, like 10 or whatever. I would walk about like a block around and then across the brook to be in a cul-de-sac to play with my friends, and we would play at night in the summer when it went like dark, so around 9:30 till about 11. My mom would walk. She would take time and walk and pick us up to make sure we weren't walking home in the dark.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was this like somewhat ritual. It was like you played with your friends, and then mom came to pick you up, and it was fine because everybody was pretty much done, and you felt safe, and you walked home with
Yeah.
mom, and you got to tell about like all the different things that you did during playing manhunt, and like she was really cool, and like taking those like walks at night was just fun because like you're in a cul-de-sac, it's like nice and light up. It was just like
Yeah.
a really sweet thing.
It also like
Nice.
it builds those memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that relationship that like you only get at that moment after like having fun playing manhunt.
Exactly.
You get that little those things make a difference though.
They do.
Honestly, they
Oh,
really
yeah.
do.
Yeah. So those are my top two, I think,
Gotcha.
memories of my
Gotcha.
mom and what she's.
I got one I had thought about, but that one's gonna go for the next. That's gonna be for the crazy one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So speaking of next topics, Ian,
Yes.
you have the next topic, my man. Also, I need to
Well, okay.
apologize. I'm looking like Mac from fucking Always Sunny, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's because I had to because like the tattoo's healing, so I had to cut the sleeves because like it's
gotcha.
like it will dry up and it will be bad. So for the time being, for today only, I'm in a
it's
sleeveless.
all good, man. Show off your guns.
No, I
Please
got it.
do some karate.
I'm yeah, day man. No, I'm losing guns, dude. I haven't been to the gym in like 5 months. It's terrible. But like now that this is healed, or when it's gonna get healed, I'll be back at the gym. Anyway, I cut you off,
Nice.
Ian. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So, we were just talking about all the nice, sweet stories of our mothers. What are some crazy stories of your mom? Because I have a few. I mean, like I said, my mom great person, helps out anyone. You know, when I was younger, literally, I was like her little handyman, like sidekick.
Yeah.
You know, we'd sit there and mow the neighbor's yard for them. We'd go and fix things, and it was just my mom and I. She was the handyman. But my mom has some
so many
crazy stories, though. And like I kind of hinted earlier, we say that she morphs. My mom is like 5'1", maybe 125 pounds. Like, she's a tiny lady. She's not big at all. So, but she is strong as shit. When I was probably 5 or 6 years old. My brother, he's 7 years older than me, so he's in his early teens and everything. And this kid dropped a bracelet in our backyard. So he thought that we stole it. So he brought him and his mother to our front door. And this kid was 16. He was a little bit older than my brother. And it's just me, my little sister, my brother standing there, and my mother. And they're screaming and cussing and like pointing at my mom, like, and the kid's getting in my mom's face. And my mom goes, "Calm down, you need to just go away." So he's like, "Fuck you." And my mom goes, "Don't cuss in front of my kids again." And he goes, "Fuck you, bitch." Well, so my mom grabs him by the throat, picks him off the ground, and slams him up against the wall.
No way!
Yeah. And I'm just like, holy shit.
That's like that mom strength.
Yeah,
exactly.
So the mother.
That's like in the
kid's
movies,
mother
like
was,
80s, when they would like pick somebody.
Yeah,
That's
I was
so
like,
good.
I've never seen this, and I don't want to
Dude,
fuck
Mama
with my
Bear is
mom
coming.
ever.
Yeah.
So of course the cops were called, and my mom actually called the cops, told them everything, and I remember just sitting in the living room crying, saying my mom's going to jail.
Oh no!
Yeah, so the cops came in. They were totally cool. They just told my mom, you know, she can't do that. But, you know, they were actually at our property, so it was a little bit different.
Ian, I can just see you as a little kid just freaking out, like, my mom's going
Oh
to jail.
my god. You're
Yeah.
5, man. You better believe you're never gonna mess with your mom at that point. You're like, no, bro.
Nope.
You don't do this. I'm not going out at night. You don't know my mom.
Yeah. You don't know my
All this
mom.
shit, I'm not going outside. No, you are not gonna talk to me.
She said, "Street lights on. I gotta go home."
If you saw this, you'd
Yeah.
be like, my mom's a superhero. And
Yeah,
not
yeah.
fucking with that shit. For real. Okay,
Good job,
here's
Kale.
here's a crazy
Way to
one.
demonstrate like your strength on another like
A whole
kid.
nother level.
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay, so there was one time when my mom, I guess she was getting her car fixed or something like that. So me and my brother were young, and we're walking home from school, we got dropped off at the bus stop, and we get to walk through the whole neighborhood. There was a time when it was like your bus stop wasn't right outside your front door. It was like at the front of the front of the neighborhood. You had to walk 2 miles to the back of where you lived.
Yep.
And me and my brother would do this walk all the time in elementary school, and we were just kind of doing our thing. Got home, unlocked the door, do our stuff, and there's no cars out in the driveway. We're like, okay, cool. And we had learned something earlier in school. It was a little saying, like kind of bad kids were saying, motherfucker, titty sucker, 2 bald bitch.
Oh,
we were,
that's right.
we were saying this saying like nonstop, me and my little brother, okay? Because he's 3 years younger than me. I'm in 5th grade. He's in whatever, second. Motherfucker, titty sucker, 2 bald bitch, And we're like walking, we think we're cool as shit, walking all around, saying our thing. We're walking through the door. We're saying it when we're walking through the door. Motherfucker, titty sucker, 2 bald bitch.
Oh my god.
What do we know? Because there's no parents in the driveway. What do we know? My mom comes out of this mirror closet. It's like, what did you say? Like,
Wow. Did your heart just get thrown out of your chest?
So scared, dude. It's like my first instinct was to drop my book bag, go and run out the open door.
Just take off.
Just don't question anything.
Just run away. I'm never coming back.
Run from the problem as fast as you
You
can.
probably run to my house.
Dude,
Exactly.
I know that feeling.
It was
Just pure fight or flight, and it's flight 100%.
It was like, oh my, so scared, dude. It was terrifying, dude. We definitely got in a bunch of trouble for it, but she was so mad. It was just and we had to sit there being questioned like little kids, because we were, and she was like, what did you say exactly? It was like, motherfucker, dude. He's under our breath trying to say it as, for some reason, if you say it lower, it takes a lot of the heat off.
Yeah, right.
It's it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a scary situation. Wow. Whew, crazy.
Wow.
She was a nosy little one. She's small too. She's under 5 foot. She's crazy.
Wow.
She can
Okay,
hide
so,
anything.
so my mom, Mary is also not the tallest person in the world. She's like 5'3", 5'2".
I gotcha.
Irish, like pale redhead. Well, fake redhead, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I have a couple stories because she's just like she's wacky as fuck. There was a time like and it kind of goes in succession. It's weird. In the car, there was a lot of shenanigans. I guess I don't know if my mom was just bored or whatever, but like there was times when we would go to McDonald's in the drive-thru that she would just fuck with the McDonald's people because like she knew she
awesome.
could. So like she would ride up and like do all these things. Like for instance, like one example, like we rode up and before the guy could even like ask to take our order, she just leans over and was like, she's like, "Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?" And like the dude didn't know what to do. He was just like. You know what I mean? And like I'm like, "Mom," you know what I mean? I'm like so afraid. Like, why are you doing this? She just like looks and laughs. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, stop it. Like, she had me when she was like 24. Like, so she was still pretty young. Like at the time, like so I can totally see myself doing that now, thinking that's hysterical.
Exactly.
At the time, like my mom's crazy. Like, what is she doing? And like there was another time where like. You know,
one quick second though. As kids, it's like black and white though, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it it's like, dude, what are you doing? You can't do that kind of stuff. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And like, it's one of those first instances where you see your parents be more human, and you're like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
weird.
Yeah.
So there's another time we were riding in a car, and she gets into like this like heated like driving situation with another woman who flips my mom off, and we're on our way to an appointment, mind you, and my mom's like, "We're gonna follow this lady," and I was like, "What?" And so she follows this lady, and she's like, "This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny." She follows her like all like a 10-minute detour into some parking lot, and then as the lady gets out of the car, she's like a couple cars away, like slowly driving by her, and she lowers the window. And then waves, she's like, "Hey!" And like the other girl's like, "Oh, hi!" Like this, she's like, "You stupid son of a bitch," you know, like just fucking with her, trying to see if she would still be angry, like, or if she would recognize my mom. I was like, "What is happening? We're gonna get into a fight, blah blah blah." So, like that scared me. So my mom was just like crazy when it comes to those things. And another crazy story I remember is just like really pissing her off one time, like really, and I can't remember what it was, but she would do this thing. So that she didn't like hit us, she would do that, like bite down on her finger to hurt herself more, you know, so that she wouldn't hit us. So constantly, I knew when I was getting in her skin, she'd come at me like that, and I'd be like, "Oh," you know what I mean? And like, I remember one time I just knew I was gonna get like a little like hit. I knew I was gonna get like hit on like the butt, and she came for me, and I just like. Dodged. And like she came chasing after me down the hallway, and I didn't stop. Talk about fight or flight. Like I kept running. I went out the door. She chased me out the door into the front lawn.
I get you now, motherfucker.
No, and I'm a fast fucker at this point, and my mom's having a hard time keeping up with me. And I run past our driveway into the neighbor's yard, into the neighbor's driveway, and we do this thing. And like the neighbor's driveway, my house is on a pretty busy road, so people driving home from work or coming home from school are witnessing this kid run from his mom and dodging. We were eventually like going around like the car, like I got behind the car, you know, one of those
that's
things.
That's either that mom wants to beat the shit out of that kid, or that's a really aggressive tag right now.
Yeah. Or that's a real aggressive game of tag. Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's like,
it was
fuck.
Yeah, it's just,
Mom's like,
yeah, dude, she was pissed. So
I have a similar story to that. It was the first time that I ever I went to the doctor. Instead of having like kid medicine that you like it's liquid, he's like, "Hey, do you want the pills?" He's like, "Are you a big boy and can you take the pills?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, you know, I can do that." Well, apparently I couldn't. So, and they were really expensive pills too, because I was like really sick, and I kept coughing them up, and they would like just like come out of my mouth, and they'd be all broken. So she had to get another pill. So at my parents' house, we have like this center counter, and there's like two walls and like a little counter in the middle. So there's an entrance into the kitchen on one side and another on the other side. So I'm literally on one side running around. She's trying to get me because she had me at one point, and she's shoving it like you're shoving a pill down a dog's throat. So, and I'm like just coughing it up, and I'm like, I can't do it. So we're in this stalemate.
Ian, dude, you're such a funny kid. It's so good.
We're in this stalemate, though.
You don't want French toast. You can't take pills.
Don't
Poor
give me the
Gail. Poor
Mom,
Gail.
where's my lasagna? There's the lasagna.
So we're in the stalemate, and she's staring at me. She's like screaming and yelling at me, and I'm like freaked out. I'm like, she's gonna kill me when she gets a hold of me. So we're running around. We just keep doing this for like 20 minutes, and she can't catch me.
Yeah.
So I see my brother through the kitchen window coming inside, and I think that he's going to save me for some stupid fucking reason. So I see him, he opens the door, and I immediately run up to him like, David, you gotta help me. And I just turn around, and my mom just grabs me. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, what do you want me to do?
Here comes the superpowers.
So we had a discussion, and I coughed up a few more pills, and so finally I said, just let me do it myself. And I ended up, I would put the pill on my tongue and just take a whole glass of water and just chug it. And that's how I had to start taking pills. I mean, now I can easily just take them, but...
Yeah,
Dude,
sure.
and like the reality of the situation is your mom probably, all she wanted to do was go relax with a glass of wine and watch a TV show, but instead she spent the next 2 hours chasing you, trying to shove pills down your throat.
That's exactly.
And then by the time that's done, she's got to go and make a special lasagna for you because it's dinner time. Instead, she missed her show and missed her wine class.
I'd be so mad.
Dude, yeah,
I would be too.
It sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're taking your fucking pill, kid.
Yeah, I gotta watch my shows,
exactly.
man.
Well, and
Stories.
another crazy thing about my mom, like she's great, but my mom likes to freeze things, and it annoyed the shit out of me growing up. But I don't know if your parents ever had like another freezer outside or anything.
Always,
okay, so we had the chest where it was like, sat on the ground and came up. So this was 2000. We're moving to Vegas, and we're cleaning out our whole house and everything. So we have to clean out the freezer and cleaning things out, and we get to the bottom of it. And I was like, holy shit. My brother and I were like, what is that? And it's like covered in like ice and everything. We pull it out. It's a turkey from 1991. It was a 10-year-old turkey. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is this still in here? And my mom's like, I wonder if it's still good. I'm like, it's not fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, that turkey died in the early 90s.
Back when Tupac was still a thing. This is ridiculous.
So now the running joke in our family is that my mom freezes everything, and during Thanksgiving one year, we're all eating dinner and everything, and my brother's eating these mashed potatoes with gravy on it. He's like, damn, this is so good. This is so great, Mom. This gravy is amazing. She goes, oh, you like it? She goes, that was last year's gravy. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I froze that.
Is she joking or is she for real?
No, she was 100% real. She froze the previous year's Thanksgiving gravy
and on
then
that
served
point,
it to us the
like
next year.
from the thread that I'm getting from all of our moms, these women are a tad bit crazy.
Yep.
They're a
But you
tad
gotta
bit crazy.
be. You gotta be.
Yeah, you're a parent, you're a mother. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to be a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
We forgive you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do forgive you.
Hey guys, we forgive you.
Yeah.
I forgive you for shoving pills down my throat.
Yeah. Or for everything else you did too. We forgive you. It's good.
I got other crazy stories, but
We do have to wrap up because we're under a
Yeah.
time constraint. But maybe we can
revisit it.
maybe we can revisit
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's a good-
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break from the mom stories for a little bit and go on to Rocco because he's
Okay.
got some interesting stuff going on.
Yeah. So let's go away from the woman talk and let's go to the man buns and the beards. What do you think this trend is? What do you guys like? I mean, I know it's been around for a little bit of a while now. Like
Trend
okay, still / is it's still around. Maybe not in Washington where they started it off like long. We're on the East Coast here, okay? So like shit hits a lot later.
Yeah, dude. You're like a year late.
No, I think like what do you guys think that whole fad is? Like even when it was all going around, do you think it's just kind of like everything else? I mean,
Here's my hypothesis. All right?
Yeah.
This is what happened. Macklemore comes on the scene, and he blows it up. He's different. He's a white rapper. He's unique. He's bringing a whole new perspective to hip hop and rap music and pop music. And he's got a very unique style, including his haircut. And a lot of people have been kind of rocking that a little bit here and there, specifically hipsters. But
gotcha.
like all things that have some legs to them, people will like it and feel like they want to jump on that wagon as well. Pretty soon, and a very key, it's a key point in any trend is when the frat boys start doing it, it's like you're like, okay, it's done. It's now dead.
Gotcha.
So when the collar pop and frat boys started to do the Macklemore haircut, a lot of the hipsters realized, well, this is not cool anymore, and this is no longer our thing. We're gonna go to something different. Thus, the samurai man bun came into play. However, that even quicker than the Macklemore haircut started to get adopted by way too many people way too quickly, and much like the mullet was done, just
boom.
Certain people
The
should
mullet
be doing
is
it.
never done.
You're right. That's a bad example.
I did do the mullet. I'm not gonna lie.
And so now we have this man bun phenomenon, and what again was done by the hipsters is now taken by like anybody who wants to just grow out some hair. So yuppies, hipsters, even some frat guys are doing it. And so,
You know what we should bring back?
What?
Bowl cuts.
No. and so yeah, I think the man bun is just, I think that's something that is now a thing. It's definitely something like I see a lot of people who had the Macklemore, was very long on top, had it grow out and then just man bunned it up, or what was like the long haired kind of hipster, or like had longer like.
So I got it going right now, and the reason why I got it going is because my hair's gotten longer. I actually put my hair to like the side and kind of back.
Yeah.
And it's got kind of like this pompadour-ish look sort of thing.
Yeah.
But right now, because this has gotten so long, it's like a pain in my ass. Like when I'm working all throughout the day, like not working, but I'm out, in the yard all day long, or I'm just driving down the road or whatever it be. It's like all over the place.
Yeah.
So I've been pulling it back just for like just.
But let's be honest.
But I also
5 years ago, you would have just worn a bandana or a hat.
Well, I still, I would
It's
still wear that
only
hat.
because now that man buns are acceptable that you would think about doing it.
Yeah, well, I did it before in college too. I had it where my hair wasn't as long to be able to put it in the bun, but I just pulled it back, like
Really?
that soccer style.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like where they would just kind of everybody had longer hair, but
do
they didn't
remember
want
that.
it in their face. So I did do it then too as well, and it was a different look. But I actually started really picking up the man bun, like I said, when I was working on the yard, and I was watching this new show called Turn, which is from like the American Revolution days,
Right.
where a lot of the males would do the same exact thing actually, like they'd put it back into the man bun, and I was like, whoa, and it got me thinking about, it was back then too, so it like had hit back then, it hit back in 3000 BC too as well, the whole samurai thing that we were talking about, that you had said previously, like from then to here, it's at its different times when it's popped up, but in the 1700s it was a big thing too. And I was like, well, it's kind of like fashion and stuff too as well, like the different things that we like, even how we like man think of like what they think is like the perfect woman. Every era was something different. At one point it was like very shapy women, at some point it's like very narrow women, now it's like going back to the curve thing again too. But I think that it's even the same thing with hairstyles, but also beards. So think about beards. When beards, I really started thinking about beards
70s, right?
Right, and then they went away. It was like, there was like mustache look for a while.
Yeah.
Then it was like,
Beans,
nothing,
Yeah, it was clean shaven.
Clean was like the thing, and then now it's going back to the beard again too. And for me, it kind of hit back in college for like No Shave November.
Yeah.
It's the first time I ever tried to grow out my beard and realized, wow, it doesn't really work the way I wanted it to at that time, and still doesn't really fully work the way I wanted it to. But what kind of trend? I mean, what do you guys think about that trend? Because like,
dude. I love it because
is it like a manly? Does it make you feel like manly? You know what I mean? Like, what is it for you? Like, I'll talk about it for me personally, but
for me, I've always wanted a beard since I was a kid because I was a big wrestling fan, and HBK had this stubble on him, like when he was in the DX days. I was like, that's freaking dope.
That's
like he's
cool,
just a badass. And so like I've always wanted to grow a beard. It just and now, and I went with that for a little bit, but now that I can actually grow it out even longer, like I started jumping on to the like this. What do they call them? Hipster jacks, or no, it was a term for metro jacks or lumbersexuals. It was like it was like the clean shaven, like, but really like lumberjack looking dude. And I was like, dude, if I can grow, like I did this in college where I tried to grow out my hair as long as I could just because I wanted to try it. Same thing with a beard. Like I've had for a while, like I had a really long, like nasty beard, but I just wanted to try it.
Yeah.
And because it's kind of in right now, like I could do a lot of more of the trendy things, but I think I would always have a beard no matter what. I just like it.
Yeah.
What is it you like about it though? What is it? It's the look, the appeal
Just
that it
the
has
look
on your
of
face.
it.
Like,
yeah,
gotcha.
I just like having facial hair.
I do too.
I agree with you there for sure. Because I mean, like I used to, in my previous position, I couldn't really have much facial hair, so I actually just had like a little bit of chin hair, just because like when I'm clean shaven, I look very young.
Same. Yeah.
And I do enjoy just like stubble. And what I do is I just have a trimmer that I just run through it every other day, and then I just keep the neck and everything with a regular razor. But I definitely enjoy the beard a lot more. First time that I've ever had like just kind of grown out the mustache and everything as well with it. Besides just the chin hair, I've been doing it now for a little over a year, and I definitely like this a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I grew out my hair twice in my early 20s. I worked at the beach, and I just grew out my hair, but it just, since I was at the beach with all the salt water and everything, it just kind of always curled up and bunched up.
Yeah.
But I wore a hat.
Would have
a
been the
lot back then,
perfect
too.
man bun time.
Honestly, I used to be able. I could pull it back, and I could make a little ponytail. So
Yeah, so that's it.
And when I would pull it,
kept it all all organized in one place and good to go.
exactly.
And efficient.
But when I would pull it down, I mean, like pull down the curls and everything, it would come close to my shoulders. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But
See,
it
one
just
thing
kind of like
I'm
poofed out.
One thing I was hearing for the guys, that you were saying too about the beard, and one thing that I know that like for me deep down inside was the reason why I like the beard, is that I feel like I look young too. And what I do is for work I want to appear older, even though I feel like I am older. I think that appearance is key for me for helping build trust so I can make a sale. So having extra hair, having somewhat of a beard, not obviously it can't be like lumberjack. It's got to be clean, cleaner.
No, I want like.
Even if it's,
I mean, the thickest,
I'll tell you what I want though. So now getting on that topic, I want to, the Dollar Shave Club. You guys heard of that, right?
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
They had the Dollar Beard Club now, Beard Club and stuff like that's been going for a while. And I just invested for the first time in them for 2 months. I'm going to do it for 2 months. But it's their beard growing stuff that helps in for just smaller areas that need to grow a little bit of hair. It's oil, and you just rub it into your beard. And a lot of different things I was reading about was just saying, like the hairs obviously just need the oil. That's all it really needs to be able to help it keep it healthy and growing. So that made sense to me. So I bought it for I think it was $9, and I'm going to start using it because I like the idea of the beard. You know what I mean? I want it to be a little bit thicker though.
Yeah.
But it was like what you were saying, Clay, like kind of like nice and full beard, but trimmed in and looking clean, and it's like that lumberjack clean look, and like that actually wouldn't be a bad thing. Like
totally,
I've never had that in life, and
I just want to feel like a mountain man. Like I want to feel like I've like survived like 6 months in the wilderness, and I'm just like that. Just like is a fun thing to just be for.
So that too as well. That's like I've been doing a lot of that in my everyday life right now. Is being out in the woods, clearing out the woods, doing stuff that's outside, like getting the lawn all ready. All that stuff makes you cutting down trees. That all makes you feel like a lumberjack. You know what I mean? Like that makes you feel like I want to grow out that beard too as well.
But I mean, also the media cult. Like you can watch movies like Revenant or The Gray, and these main characters are like in these wildernesses, just growing these fucking manly beards. Like even Tom Hanks in like. Castaway. Like it's just like cool. It just looks like you've survived something, and you're just so focused on survival and like basic means that you don't have time to like really.
It's got to be like that age thing that is like still in there. It's like this wisdom somewhere came around.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. You've been through shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was gonna say one other thing I had read though is that cleanliness, from what I read, is that we can tend to get a lot of feces in our beards. Due to like obviously
take a fucking shower.
Obviously wash your hands and stuff like that, but a lot of stuff that we don't think about. We touch our beards constantly. Think about like what you're doing right now, Clay.
Yeah.
I was just doing it a second ago. I saw Ian doing it too, like this.
Yeah.
So like our hands go everywhere and they touch everything, and we touch our face constantly because
if you wash your hands, you shouldn't have that problem.
Yeah, I mean, not to say that you're washing your hands every second you touch a handrail, you touch this different stuff in the bathroom.
Right,
you're still, it's still gonna be all over. But
that's gross.
And the doorknobs. But that's what I was saying is like cleanliness is one of those things that like it's like I love it. I'm gonna keep it for sure. But I do I do make sure to be conscious of washing my hands as much as I possibly can because I'm like I touch my face. Look, Ian's doing it.
Oh shit.
No.
And you do it like just kind of out of habit, I guess.
Exactly. Developing that beard. Imagine if women grew the beards. Well, you think they would start to build those same mannerisms too? Just start like rubbing on it, like grabbing the side of the mustache.
It's fun. It's like when you're thinking, it's just something to do. You're like,
Well, on that same topic, what do your significant others think about it? Taylor loves it. She likes when I have facial hair and everything. So
Sarah loves it too.
Yeah, I would say same with Karina. The only thing I think is the kids don't care for it too much because it's just a little prickly and stuff like that. Like when I go to give the baby girl some kisses, she'd be like like try to get away because it's like I'm like poking the shit out of your face.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad would have like crazy stubble that would like just poke and hurt. And having to give him like a hug goodbye before you go to work because that would hurt.
Well,
you're like,
yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
And I have coarse like thick hair too, and like
it's the smaller beards that really get.
And like when I trim it up like really short and everything, it's more like stubble.
Yes.
I'll go like when we're going to sleep up to my wife, and I'll just dig my chin right into her shoulder. She's like, ah.
Nice.
Just get really aggressive whenever you get a new shave on.
So a couple tips that I have learned over the years of trimming this thing and working with it. I use shears, like cutting shears. So I put I do a 2 here. Like from the ear up, and then I transferred to like a 6.
To the bottom?
Yeah, and then for a while I was doing 8, just to get everything at first like at an even length. But lately I've abandoned the 8 here, and I just do the 6. And then what I do is I take scissors and shears, and what worked the best for me is actually just like trimming everything and like doing that across the board, because that would get a nice even cut, and then I can also get like up here and shape it up a bit.
And how often do you have to do that?
Every 2 weeks. I do it with the head. So.
Okay. Yeah, at the same time you do that. So you do your head every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I buzz this to a 1. It's also nice to not have to shave. Shaving could like really do a number on your skin. So just having to like trim a beard is really nice.
I mean, this isn't a tip or anything like that, but this is like what my I guess pattern or whatever we call it right now is. It's just I let it grow as much as I possibly can. Don't touch it at all until I have to go do something where it has to be gone. And then I just go zap with that whole thing, and then I drop this to 2 and just leave this circular, thing going on with that like a lower level.
What would require you to get rid of that?
Off and then just grow back out. Huh?
What would require you to get rid of that?
Sometimes like going into corporate, that's not still where I work is still not, I don't think beard acceptable. You don't see anybody else with it.
Okay.
I could be the first guy and then try to take that one under, but I'd be also like, nah, I'll just pass for right now.
Yeah.
Don't
let somebody else make that move right now. Just leave it the way it is, because the people out here where I work with, they would prefer the beard. It feels more southern. It feels more country out here, which is where I sell. So it plays into the, that's something that's completely normal. Nobody has. Nice. Yeah. If you don't have one, you would come off more weird. You'd be like, oh, you're here to sell me.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any patches or anything like that? Because I had one like years and years ago, but
right there.
It was underneath, and that's gone now. But the one thing for me is that like it's very light, like the mustache connecting to the beard. It's very light right there. There's only like a little, like they're blonder hairs, and there's not as many. So it doesn't look like it connects sometimes, but there's actually a little bit there.
Dude, you should totally do the Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tony Stark look?
Yeah, just embrace that and just do the Tony Stark, man.
So I got a patch, like it came from college and stuff like that. That's when it was like really bad. But like right here, it's like there's light hair and little hair, but it's kind of looks like a patch, not full. That's the area where I got that grow beard stuff from that thing, because I'm like, oh, that's the area I want to just make it full. If it could tie in, I feel like it would start to develop that look that I'm looking for.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's funny
I've had that too.
We give so much thought to it. Like I'm telling you, the beard's it's like a very signature piece of being a man right now. What?
And I was just gonna say the best thing about it, like Clay touched upon it, is that you don't have to sit there and shave every day, like be clean shaven and stuff like that. You just go through, and we're talking about running some shit through it twice every week. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I do, is like every other day I just kind of do the trim up and everything, and then probably about once or so a week I just have this little trimmer that has I think a 2 guard on it, and I just run it through the whole thing. So that's all I just keep it at.
You seem like you keep it a little shorter.
Yeah, just because I still got to be presentable at work, so I don't want to be all burly. No, there's a few guys that have like bigger beards at my job, but like they're older and they're like full, and you could tell that they've had him probably for like 15 years.
So somebody's like, I got respect for that.
Well, and I know if mine gets like more bushy and everything, it'll be kind of weird. So
cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go to our next topic. I think Rocco's got some company.
Yeah.
Our next topic is going to be favorite. So, Civil War is coming out. Sorry, Civil War is coming out this week. And in honor of that, I wanted to talk about our favorite superhero movies thus far. Because a lot of people are saying that Civil War is going to be like the Marvel movie moving forward, and is going to be everyone's new favorite superhero movie. So before that takes over, I wanted to give us a chance to talk about what our favorite superhero movies are and why.
Okay. So what is yours, Clay?
I gotta say that my favorite superhero movie would have to be The Dark Knight. And I talked about this a little bit, like I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago. The Dark Knight, and the reason why I think The Dark Knight is my favorite superhero movie is because I think it captures Batman, but not only Batman, but his supporting cast and his villains in like some of the best ways, and through dialogue and actions and plot. But also to that note of plot, it's also one of the best well-written just movies in general. Like
Yeah.
they took like a crime drama, which is what Batman's about, and they wrapped the superhero paper around it, and it worked so well. You had Heath Ledger, which is arguably one of the best interpretations of Joker yet, telling a great story of him versus Batman, and having Batman like just like there's just so many moments in that movie that are burned into my memory, like when Batman and Joker first meet. And like think about the way they first meet is inside a police station.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because it just adds so much tension. If Batman and Joker were to meet on the street, there's so many things that can happen. There's nobody like stopping them. They would just kind of like it would be kind of it would be so open ended. But within the constraints of a police station, in an interrogation room, not only is it physically limiting, right, and having physical walls, but he's in a police station, and you as an audience member know he can't really go as far as he wants to go. He also can't
Right,
go based on
exactly.
his code, and Joker can't really go. So you have this interaction with all these limitations, and there's just so much anxiety and tension that's added to that moment as an audience member that is equating to the amount of anxiety and tension that you think Batman might have, and
Yeah.
anger because of what this guy's been doing. And so then what proceeds is some of the best dialogue between a villain and a hero that I've seen on screen. And it's phenomenal.
I
Batman
love that
loses
movie,
it,
to
and
be
he
honest,
beats the
man.
shit out of him, and
Right.
Joker doesn't care. He laughs. Like that's to a T their character. And then what follows it is like an amazing choose your own adventure. Like, who are you gonna save? Are you gonna save the dude that's gonna help you like long term, like fix Gotham, or are you gonna save a love interest? And even though they make their choice, the choice is swapped. The Joker gets the best of him, and he loses both. You know what I mean? Like he loses both. He does not win in this scenario, and it's really great because he gets the one up on Batman. And there's just so much more great things to say about that movie, but it's certainly like my favorite. There's just so many great innovations. Like everything I said. In addition, they finally got a great Batman suit that allowed it full mobility. Like that was interesting.
Yeah.
They added to the Batmobile. They've
I like this story too as well, where he was learning how all his fighting and all.
yeah.
They got to expose that and show that his like ninja school.
Yeah, and they did multiple like they had Scarecrow have a cameo. Like that felt really great. Like they did a lot of things really well.
They did.
It was so good, dude. And then when Heath Ledger meets all the other gangsters, and he's like, "I want to see a magic trick," and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then you know what I mean? He's like, "I'm gonna make this pencil disappear." He's like, "Bam!" Like you're like, "What the fuck?" Like that is exactly what like Joker's about. Like he has this like amazing balance of like seriousness and with joking, and then just like and just insanity, right? Like all that rolled up in one is just beautifully executed, and it's why I can't stand the Batman v Superman, because none of those elements are as elegantly wrapped up and done so efficiently in something like one scene, possibly multiple like lines of dialogue of "Do you want to see a magic trick?" Like there's not real one moment that fully captures who the characters are in Batman v Superman, whereas Dark Knight, that's all you get. It's just a moment after moment of perfectly capturing these characters. It's so good.
Who was it that told us that it was like the first cut for Batman Superman was 4 hours long?
Might have
Was
been
that
me.
you?
I know I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like that. What do you think? Do you think though, if that had came out or as two movies, that were two-hour movies, it would have done it more justice? You think?
They would
Or
have a
not?
lot more time to develop a lot of the stuff that
Yeah.
they were trying to do. So possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
You wouldn't have that crazy turn in the
Right.
middle of it,
I mean,
which made no
from
sense.
what it sounds like, and I haven't seen it, it's just you can't compare writing wise, like
And-
the two.
You can't.
And
No.
I think they tried to do something similar to like the police station scene when they have Batman and Superman in their normal attire and everything at the party and they first meet, and the guy introduced them and so Bruce Wayne and everything. So I think they tried to capture it there, but I think they failed miserably.
Yeah,
It
because
just didn't.
at the end of the day, they give you so much like subplot and stuff, like threads that are starting, but they never close the loops on it. For instance, like for Clark to hear Bruce Wayne talking, like that is supposed to be enough for him to assume that Bruce Wayne is now Batman. They don't ever go back to that. They don't ever harp on that.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
they just have to let you assume that you know this, and then you're off to the races. And then like an hour later, he's like, yeah, well, Bruce, blah blah, and like Batman doesn't have a reaction to it. It's like they've had this off-screen conversation already that they know each other's identity, and we're just supposed to accept that fact. Like it's so many things like that are jarring in this movie.
But definitely, I agree with you, Clay, on your choice. But it seems like
Yeah,
I
it's like
always go back though to one of my favorite movies. Was I can't remember which Batman it was, but it was with Danny DeVito being Penguin.
Yeah,
'Cause I
Batman
could watch
Returns.
that. Yeah, Returns. I could watch that movie like 100 times over and never
Yeah,
get
man.
bored. Yeah, so that was always one of my favorite, probably superhero movies.
Dude, you had
Okay, so
Catwoman,
you guys-
you had Penguin.
You guys
Yeah.
are probably
Tim
gonna
Burton.
call me like I don't know, whatever you call me, fine. But Deadpool is like one of my favorite.
Oh,
right now.
cool.
See, I
Like-
haven't seen it yet, and I think that might be mine if I watch.
And you know what? It's like for feeling like I'm big on comedy. I love comedy movies. Whenever I want to watch a movie, usually I'm always choosing a comedy because what I look at is I want to be laughing. I want to be entertained, and where it's laughter because I feel like
Right.
that makes me leave anything feeling good. Like I can watch something like Narcos, which is really anxiety filled, really good action story, but it's full of anxiety where I leave that feeling anxious. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I love watching comedies, and Deadpool for me felt like it was like non-stop delivered this sarcastic humor that I love to get. Not to mention that Ryan Reynolds is like one of my man crushes.
Yeah.
I was like, and he just
Gotta see him in
delivering-
tight tights.
Yes, exactly. But he's delivering the comedic reel perfectly, tied with like lots of action that was, it came off like Deadpool. Realistically, I feel like they did a really good job, like creating that character and the development they had showed within it. I think that honestly, that was one of my favorite, superhero movies right now. And although Dark Knight is up there with it, because don't get me wrong, hands down, that's a fucking great film. But like, I love Deadpool right now compared to all the other more modern stuff that I'm seeing, like that's coming around, like the Captain Americas, the Marvel movies. Like I have, it's okay right now. Some of them were like terrible, some of them were good, but I think like Deadpool refreshed it for me.
It was refreshing is a key word there. It's new. It's something different that we haven't seen before in a superhero genre, and that's what makes it so special. And Deadpool in itself, like that embodies Deadpool. Deadpool was a hero, an anti-hero that was something we have not seen before. Of someone breaking the fourth wall and being so funny and being so, crass and like making funny like crazy.
I mean, like think about the
jokes
one where they're just like he comes out, he's goes to the bar and he's wearing the hoodie and he takes it off and they're talking about his skin and the way it looks.
You look
Like,
like
that
an
whole
avocado
dialogue
had sex with
back
an
and
over
forth,
avocado. Like, dude, that's brilliant.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like this dialogue just like tied into a serious situation. You know what I mean? That's the cool thing about it is that like he looks like a freaking nightmare. He looks like Freddy Krueger. He looks terrible. Where you could be sitting there like, and we could be focusing on that. They're just cracking jokes about it back and forth. That's just like breaking that, that barrier of that anxious feeling with the comedy. That comedy relief, which was, I feel like it was done really well balanced. It wasn't like over the top. It wasn't, it wasn't like there wasn't enough of it happening. It was perfect, the amount. And it happened often. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's good.
It's going to be so fun to see where that movie goes. That movie had such a low budget and was so just like not supported.
Oh, did it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now that it's one of the highest grossing Fox movies of all time, just superhero movies of all time. I think it's like top third. It's gonna have just an insane budget, and I'm very curious what they're gonna do with Deadpool 2.
See, the other thing about that too is it's like when I think about superhero movies, I don't think about comedy, right? Like when I think about superhero movies, I only think about action.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind
a
of
really
like
good point.
comedic relief that I get is like Tony Stark when he cracks a little joke here or
Here
there.
and
or
there,
something.
yeah.
But that's it. The rest of it's just action, seriousness, do this, do that, you know? And don't get me wrong, they're great and stuff like that. But that's why I think because comedy plays so well, and to me, that Deadpool was that for choosing a superhero movie. It was just like, whoa, it felt like you were watching like a comedy / action, like which is not, you know, you don't get ones that are honestly that good nowadays. Like you get like the 21 Jump Streets and the things like that are comedy and action tied together, but not.
Yeah.
You're so right, and that makes such a good point. And because that's really what a Deadpool movie should be. It should be a comedy. And for Deadpool 2, they're talking about bringing Cable on, who they could do a 48 Hours style buddy cop movie of like one dude's real goofy and crazy, the other guy's real serious and like stern, like, and that would just be hysterical.
Yeah.
You know, like that would be great. They should totally do just a buddy cop comedy movie with those two, and I would eat that up for days.
Did you guys like Ant-Man?
I thought it was
Didn't see
okay.
that
I thought it
either.
was a poor heist movie. It was supposed to be
Yeah.
a heist movie, and I got really excited about that because I love Ocean's 10, Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
But
That wasn't done that well with that when it came to that. No.
I was really disappointed with the way they executed the heist. Like, I wanted to see some very inventive ways of them
Right.
getting things done, and like it was just like, well, he gets really small, and it's like, okay, well, I understand that, but like, that's it.
Yeah,
And then like the
I
one guy
understand.
just knocks out a security guard, and that's it. I was like, that's your
Yeah.
heist? Come on, give me like.
Yeah,
you
I
know what
gotcha.
mean?
Yeah. I was kind of a little stoked because I was like, oh, the Wasp is coming in, and then he had his little fight with the Falcon, which was cool, but like I did expect more too to happen on the heist situation, which was like supposed to be the climax of the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what his name is, but I felt like he played a pretty good role.
Paul
That was another
Rudd.
one. What was his name?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. That was another one where he was trying to tie in the comedy with the action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't. I think it did pretty good too. Like
Yeah.
it was like, it wasn't Deadpool by any means, you know, but still.
Yeah, it was Deadpool's a rated R comedy. Ant-Man's a heist movie with PG-13 comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. That's a good way to identify it.
But like even so, while that movie was funny, I still remember more. I remember laughing a little bit more during an Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12 movie.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like the characters just were really
Yeah.
fun. Like Ant-Man,
Yeah,
just
they were.
while being funny, it didn't have a lasting impression. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I think that's something they could improve upon.
You know what's funny is when you keep talking about Ocean's 11 and everything, it reminds me of one of the little, I guess, bloopers that they've done where it's still in the movie, but when they change something in the background and they don't realize it, there's one part where Brad Pitt, he's standing there with a like a shrimp cocktail in his hand, and it's like in this like glass, and then like it keeps doing these different pans, and it's changing from a glass to a plate. Like in 3 different ones. It's like, wait, what the fuck is he actually supposed to be holding? You know? So yeah, because they
I like it
screwed
when you
that
can
up.
catch those things in movies.
Are they
you
doing
know?
that on purpose?
No. It was a like a mix up. Like they
Wow.
screwed up. Yeah, and no one caught it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty funny if you watch it. Like you can Google it and you'll see he's
I
like
forget-
standing in this lobby and it just keeps switching back from a plate to like a cup or a bowl.
I forget what the term is to classify that person. It's the person's
Continuity.
job. Continuity, continuity artist or something like
Yeah.
that. Call it.
Yeah.
All they do is just look for things like that in the movie.
That's their job,
and make
is
sure
to
that
make
it
sure things
syncs
are
up.
consistent.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
always, and it's like, I mean, that
tough
guy
job, man.
failed. Whoever did Ocean's 11
Exactly.
failed
It's like,
then.
oh shit.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, anything
So
else?
the
about-
new Civil War, I'm not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
haven't been like
Yeah, I've been keeping
I've
up.
heard a few things here and there. I haven't even seen the trailer, to be truthful. I think like I think the concept's good. I've been kind of tired of the whole Captain Marvel and Captain America and I don't know, the whole Justice League going on. Or not Justice,
two different stuff.
not Justice League.
Avengers.
Avengers?
Avengers,
Damn, I
yeah.
was like trying to think of the name.
Well, look,
the Avengers story going on
we
right
get
now.
to
I'm
see
kinda tired of it.
a couple new heroes in Black Panther
Okay.
and Spider-Man. This is the first time we get to see Spider-Man, and everybody's
okay.
saying like Marvel Spider-Man, and everybody's saying this is the Spider-Man that we've been waiting for. He's just
Okay.
really well done, and so that excites me. Also, the Russo brothers are responsible for the Winter Soldier. They wrote that
Okay.
movie and directed that movie, and Winter Soldier is one of the best Marvel movies to date. So
Yeah.
seeing the Russo brothers take on, Civil War, I think is a lot. I want to see what they do. What's their next step with that?
Yeah.
So that interests me as well.
Gotcha. I don't know. Like I was saying, the Avengers, that whole series. I mean, also it might be just that I'm like reading it nonstop too for my son.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, come on, I'm tired of it.
Yeah. I mean,
I
people
know.
are definitely getting superhero fatigue for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, and I wanted to see Deadpool pull really bad, but that was
Deadpool
one.
and like the Batman stuff like that.
Right.
That's like we were saying, refreshing. Like for me, that is refreshing because it kind of pulls away from those guys. And or a standalone Spider-Man that was actually really really good. You know, that'd be cool too as well.
Yeah, they're working on that.
Cool.
Or Venom. Like a Venom. Yeah,
They're
exactly.
also working on that, and I don't know how that's going to work because I don't think it's with Marvel, but we'll see.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, let's go into our last topic.
Cool.
I just want to talk about. I was having a discussion with somebody recently about PvP, player versus player, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts because we all played World of Warcraft for a long time, and we certainly played a lot of PvP, and we play a lot of PvP now today. And I wanted to get your thoughts on what made World of Warcraft's PvP so special. What was good about it?
No, I didn't have as much on that as probably you guys. I did it just for a very little bit. But from what I did, it was kind of cool, like the big arenas. You know, I can't remember how many people, how many.
It was 2, 3, 3v3s or 5v5s.
No, this is like the bigger ones.
The
Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds.
Okay, yeah, the battlegrounds is what I did. I didn't do actual PvP like arena style. I just did the battlegrounds, which I thought were pretty well done, pretty cool. You had like little camps and everything that you had to kind of hit up and stuff. So,
I guess World of Warcraft was my second MMO really that I got involved with. So, like EverQuest was my first one. World of Warcraft was really my second one, and I stayed with it for 6-7 years, something like that, whatever it was. And I guess it hadn't yet had a lot of other experience in other MMOs at that time to like know what I could be comparing to. So it had a really big impact on me because like when we go to try to play World of Warcraft now, like vanilla and stuff like that, it's got a really awesome feel. It's got different stuff, but at the same time we can see where all like there's so many flaws, and those flaws weren't existent back when I was playing for the 6 years. Because really it was just like that, you know, that environment only. Now that it's like what at that time I would say it was like there was nothing else out there, like the BGs, the battlegrounds, different stuff like that. Like I hadn't experienced other things that were like that, similar to it, because all I was doing was the WoW, and it was like that was huge for me, especially for PvP, because it was like it allowed so many different people to come together, like what I do nowadays, like Battlefield, where you get to bring a whole bunch of people together. BGs was that for me. It was the first time I got to experience that kind of like play style, and for me, I loved the PvP.
Yeah.
Like I love PvP way more than playing PvE because, and this is
Me too.
people are, and I'm just noticing this right now in the Division community, is that a lot of people don't like to go PvP in the Division community for whatever reason. They don't like to go rogue in the DZ. They like to kill stuff. Dude, Matu. Not just Matu, dude. There's like a big community of it, and they don't like to go rogue and go PvP, and I don't understand that because I love the PvP aspect because it's challenging. You're playing now against another opponent, another player who might be just able to destroy you for all you know, and being able to prove to yourself if you beat them like how that you're a better player is a cool aspect to me, where the PvE is always never really challenging as like when I play a PvP. So that always intrigued me too, which was kind of the first time I was starting to experience that, because EverQuest really didn't have a huge PvP community, where WoW did have like half the game was focused on PvP, you know, is what I felt, and half was PvE. So that was big, and that community play too of the BGs was like, it was totally new and felt awesome because you can bring a whole team together to be able to play. And I felt like my experience was probably a little different than other people because we actually ran as a group often. So it was like we had coordination going back when we would run in there for Warsong Gulch, and we know exactly what each person was going to do. So probably led to a better PvP experience than others that were just kind of like, nobody's communicating, but still going out there and trying to do the team thing without really the kind of team coordination.
Well, the PvP aspect of everything, I'm going to bring this back, Rocco, and you'll remember these days. In EverQuest, there really wasn't much of it, but there was a server that you can go on, and it was PvP. And there's certain ones that were like kind of the factions where you had certain groups that kind of mingled together and you could fight the other ones. But
Yeah.
the one server these are my earliest PvP experiences, which I loved. You know, you would go onto the server and it's an MMO and you would sit there and fight other people, and it was so cool. And Rocco and we created names that were pretty much identical. And the thing was is that we used my brother's gamer name too, which is Bacchus, the god of wine. So
Bacchus and Bacchus or something like that.
Yeah. So we would run around and kill people, and it was so much fun. And the thing was is that back then, if you died and you didn't have something in a backpack, you lost it. Like the person could loot your shit.
Yeah.
So
all of it.
And you're about to die, so you'd go into your inventory and try to throw everything in there as quick as possible.
That's one thing I wish that WoW kind of incorporated, because it felt like that
hardcore
so
PvP.
Extreme. Like hardcore mode, you know. When those servers that you're talking about, Ian, they actually had that stuff in WoW too. And when we first started in WoW, we were a PvE on a PvE server. And then we all were like, screw this. We switched over to a PvP server where it was like, we went from 0 to 60 at the time, in a server like that, because it felt like it was so much more challenging. Like any freaking zone we walk into, we get murderlated, and it was like it was just way harder to be able to play and to level up that way with a server.
I would complain to Alan constantly about getting ganked. I'd be like, this sucks. I can't believe this is blah blah. Like I would be so mad.
But it gives those people that opportunity, like we had done in that server with EverQuest, to be able to actually go out there and take somebody out if we wanted to. And with the PvEs, I felt like they limited you. But there's like we were talking about that community.
Right.
People that are totally different in their aspect of how they want to play the PvP.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of why we gravitate towards these MOBAs now. It's a 5v5 arena.
Yeah,
it's still like kind of a PvE / PvP thing.
Highly saturated feeling of what the battlegrounds and arenas in World of Warcraft were for us, right? Because
exactly.
Now all of the fluff and excess stuff is taking out, and it's a hyper focus on just straight up 5v5 PvP. Player progression is all the gears oriented towards that you get and that you accumulate. Like it's all of that just distilled in its purest form. Mm-hmm. And because a lot of the things that we ended up doing in World of Warcraft really came down to having that PvP experience. Instead of having to level a character up to 10 every year, 10 more levels every year, and grinding for a ton of time just to engage in this PvP.
Just hop on for
an
hour.
Hop on MOBA and get that same exact feeling, if not better.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. And you have so many more options. Like, you can play Shaman 3 different ways, but there's probably 10 different types of Shaman-esque characters in League of Legends, right? Like, there's certainly 20 different types of marksmen that you play. But there's only like 3 different ways you can play a hunter.
Now, and I like that too with the MOBAs. But that's the other side of where I liked in WoW as well. So WoW is like, I guess you'd say MOBA experience would be like the arena.
Yeah.
They take away everything else, and it's just you two get in there and go at it.
Right.
Now, the one thing I did like about the WoW that we were just saying, like you don't have to do any leveling up, you don't have to get anything different, you can just buy your gear right then and there in the MOBAs, where WoW is like, it could be a tad bit unbalanced, and I liked it because of the time and the effort that was invested.
But you still have that in League, because a person who's 30 and has all of their talents in runes is someone that's going to have a little bit of an advantage over someone.
Yeah, so that's like a small way of looking at it compared to like if this guy did a raid or he's done 2,200 plus on arena points, he's got a significantly way better weapon. And in the MOBA, if you're 30 and 0, that guy's going to have a better benefit because obviously he's got the perks and stuff. But items
are all flat.
Really matter. Yeah,
but that's what makes that's what makes League of Legends an actual esport over the arena.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, and think of this too. I'm going to throw this out there. I actually just started playing another MOBA besides Smite. It's called Paragon.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It's actually, I've only played like 2 or 3 games of it. It's difficult. It's really cool, and what's nice is that you actually like unlock, or like you get these cards that you can unlock items. So it's not just like you're in the game and you can buy whatever item you want. You actually have to already unlock them, and then you could purchase them in the game.
Yeah,
crazy.
So it kind of brings in both of those aspects of like, hey, I busted my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And it brings in a random element too, that it's not like, oh, I just get this card. It's like, hey, you got 5 free cards here, you might get a nice one. So
how do you get cards? You unlock them via leveling?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Or do
Quite
you-
honestly.
it's very
I
important.
got
because
5 of them today. I was like, holy shit, let's
getting
open
them from leveling will be extremely different than getting them from a mystery box. If you get a chest that you unlock every so often and you have a chance to get it, that's so much different than automatically getting it if you level or grind. So I'm very curious what they did with that.
I think they might have gone down 2 routes on that, because I think I my first win, I got a few of the cards, and I think maybe every day you get 1 or 2 free. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
So, but I'm definitely interested in kind of looking into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
And but I mean, it's very comparable to Smite, with that third-party view, but it seems cleaner. Now, Smite, I definitely enjoy the game. It's pretty cool. But like when you're in a big fight, it just seems like you're spamming a bunch of shit and trying to figure out what's going on a little bit. Within Paragon, you know exactly what's going on, and you can kind of like strategize a little bit better.
$60 price point of entry. I think
Is that what Paragon is?
for consoles.
There's 2 price points, but
Dude, you gotta get PlayStation 4. Like you gotta just get one so that you can jump in here with all of us, and we've been playing like literally.
I
every
can't
day.
even play games as it is
No,
now.
I understand.
So
but when
I don't, Rocco. Like, how long did it take you before you were able to jump back into the gaming life?
honestly, I think like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
So I still got like 3 months, 4 months before I.
And then it
hop
gets
on.
like a little bit like slower, where you got maybe 40 minutes in between. I had to pick games that was like it can be completed underneath 10 minutes
Right.
to 15 minutes. Like that's the only game I could play because that's my window.
Yeah.
It's like you only have 10-15 minute windows.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
is it gonna work right now? I could have 3 hours. I don't know. I could have 10 minutes. For all I know.
Exactly. And the worst thing would be
Damn
is like
it.
we play a League of Legends game or a Smite game, and I'm like, I gotta go.
You're committed, and you're like, I gotta.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you.
Not-
No,
yeah,
God,
not
okay.
Which sucks,
Yeah.
but it's the truth.
And that's what sucks about the PvP world is like my wife would be like, hey, can you come help me real quick? I'm like, literally just give me 5 minutes. But when I say 5 minutes, it's actually like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
think
I
she's
was
starting
gonna-
to catch on to that.
I was gonna say, so I do like that about the PvP mode is I think that it usually is shorter. I mean, it depends obviously what you're playing. So if you're doing League of Legends, like the 5v5, obviously that's gonna be something longer. But the PvP usually tends to be like if I do a round of Call of Duty or something like that, similar with PvP, it's like I can get that done in 10-15 minutes, like just kind of a quick round.
That's really true.
Where like almost all PvE things I feel like I experience are like going to be 40 minutes or longer always.
Maybe.
Like something.
If there's save
It
points
usually
in between,
depends. Like
you're
the
alright.
division. Well, yeah, if they got save points and it's like a solo thing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. If I'm doing a division, I'm doing a small mission usually that can get busted real quick. But if we went to division to do the incursion,
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
commitment. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and anything in WoW that I felt like was PvE, sorry, was a commitment. I felt like
Oh,
you were
yeah.
committed. Now you could obviously, if you're doing it solo, just drop out whenever you wanted to. But if you're doing things as a group, I feel like dang. And I could still PvP with the group and drop
I
out.
definitely wanted to pimp out though. Watch some of my Smite videos, guys.
Yeah.
Because I
Where can they
I'm
watch
not-
those videos, Ian?
You can go to youtube.com/themailsfromgamers. Boom.
Maelstrom Gamers
Right
channel.
Is it? Oh shit! Yeah.
I wanted to be the Maelstrom Gamers, but it was taken.
That's right. But I think I do a pretty good Loki. Like most of my videos, I at least have over a 1-to-1 ratio of kill to death ratio, but most of them are like, in the high teens with low deaths. So I think I can play.
And so you said Loki. Is this all like the word like based kind of thing? Is this?
Multiple mythologies,
Okay.
except for
You
like
have-
Christianity, because that would be
Yeah.
weird. Blaze Jesus,
Well, yeah.
Well, that would be
God.
perfect then. It's just like
Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but they have like
Greek,
Egyptian and
yeah.
Greek
Oh, cool.
and
Chinese and
Oh, then I'll
Hindu and
definitely
stuff
like
that.
this game. I was like
It's-
raised up all that stuff.
Yeah.
I love
It's really cool, man, because like Loki, of course, you guys know Loki, but he's like a Shaco kind of type of character.
Yeah.
Stealth, and I murder bitches. That's pretty much what I do.
Murder bitches.
But it's cool. Like you can be Zeus, you can
Fire.
be
Boom shakalaka.
Thor, you can be all these like mythical characters that you sit there and hear all these stories and grow up with them, and it's just cool to actually play them instead of like a Shaco.
Medusa is in there.
Guy they
Medusa, yeah.
That's
So
cool.
you can pick through all these guys, and I don't know if you guys ever
Hercules,
played.
Ares.
Remember Dynasty Warriors and stuff like that? Guan Yu is in there,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna download that one.
It's free, man.
It's free.
That's why I
it's a
wonder
free
about Paragon.
console.
If Paragon has a price point, I mean, the whole thing about MOBAs is that they're free, so you go in there. And
Right.
that's why I wonder. Blizzard can get away with it with Overwatch because they have the company name backing, and it's a pretty damn good game. But Paragon's new, and I don't know.
And that's another one you could be playing with us on PlayStation 4 whenever you get on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
Because we're gonna be getting on that one. I know that Alan said he wanted to do it on a PC.
Oh, well,
But-
yeah, we should do PC because
Dude,
we can all play on
With
PC.
PlayStation 4, I lag so much, way less than I do when I'm on that PC.
The problem
Sounds like
with
a personal problem.
PC, we didn't even fucking play Battlefield together. Star Wars
I
Battlefield.
could run it though. I bought it
Yeah.
and I can run it on my computer. Like I
Right,
tried to
no.
fire it up and it was like I put it on all the lowest settings possible and then the internet on top of it. Nothing would go. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So then I
Didn't
bought
you
it on
just buy a new
PlayStation
computer
4.
too?
Yeah, but it couldn't. It was not a great one.
You need to build your own computer.
Gaming is
It
expensive.
really was the internet more than anything.
Uh.
It was just like it could not.
Are you
like,
plugged in directly to the modem with the internet?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. You're talking about 4.5 megabytes like per second.
How does it
Like,
not matter when PS4 is doing better than your computer? Like something's
Because
wrong.
it's got like servers or something like that. It's like it got to be a server situation. Like I don't know.
That means
The upload
You're
too.
just
The upload,
naming things.
No, so the upload speed for me is.
It's gotta be a
0.2
It's gotta be a mainframe thing.
It has to be the flex capacitor. It has to be the flex. It's
gotta be the
It's gotta be.
It's
a
not
flex
running right.
capacitor.
It's the cords. It's a satellite signal. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's roots in the ground whenever I play
Yeah.
on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, they just like touch the roots and
Yeah.
just start sparks.
But when the
and
place
you're done.
from the PC, they don't like the roots. They're fucking. They're just I
Anyway,
don't know.
Ian, where else can you check all of our updates and stuff when we go live?
Twitter.
Yeah.
And Facebook.
That's right. And we have Instagram
boom,
when we're
boom.
taking pictures when Steve is on there and
Mhm.
doing that
He's
stuff.
taking
creeper.
half naked photos of
That's
his
right.
body. He's been working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's just like,
if you guys feel like you want to support us for as low as $1, which
Uno dinero.
everybody seems to have these days, you can just throw us $1 for a month.
$1.
It'd be great.
$1.
You can go to patreon.com/maelstromgamers, or you can go to our YouTube channel, like Ian mentioned, youtube.com/the channel, and you can throw us a little bit as $1 and as much as you want, and anything is greatly appreciated. Like Ian said, there's free ways to support us too, which is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and commenting, liking, subscribing,
it.
all of those things,
Which is awesome.
which is
yeah,
very
definitely comment. Yeah.
Even
tell us
even
we're
if you
doing
have
good.
to be a flat earther.
Yeah.
And at least it like gives us some
awesome.
feedback.
Or you like Trump, like whatever. I want to hear from you guys. It'd be interesting.
Whatever it is. yeah.
Whatever it is, yeah. You hate liberals, that's cool. I want to
build
hear
our
what you.
walls,
I
like,
hear.
it's
I want to
cool.
hear what you hate.
You guys are assholes.
So, guys, this has been another episode of the Everything and Nothing Show. Like I said, each topic is its own video on YouTube, Monday through Friday. Full episode you'll see and hear on Saturday. So until next week, we'll have another episode for you. Keep thinking about everything and nothing. It's been an honor to entertain you. Peace and take care.
And wear man buns.
Adios.
Also,
And grow
don't wear
beards.
man buns. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I am just one of your hostess with the mostest. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The cerebral assassin,
Get out here with this whole name calling.
Clayton
So-
Kisco, and I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom Gamers. With us on this podcast today, we have none other than the heartthrob,
That's right.
beautiful
And I was
hair
thinking about
forever.
this one. The guy that freezes the tropics.
No,
Oh,
no. The man who's too
No.
hot to freeze and too cool to melt. Rocco Avellino.
I'll take that one. I
Yeah.
like that one. Or the AKA man bun.
AK.
That's right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
This
go
one-
there right now. I'm gonna piss off some people we know
Yeah.
that are kind of underneath 5 foot and they're assassins
Why do you say they're assassins?
because they are so agile. They're just crazy. Also, although she's really loud, so I don't know.
And last but not least, the man formerly known as the Enigma, aka the man in the mask, aka Backdoor, aka Perfect Bow Forever.
I like the AKA
Ian.
backdoor.
Boom, boom,
Kane.
boom.
Nice.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh,
So,
man,
for those of you who aren't familiar with this show, if this is your first time watching, the format's really simple. each one of the Maelstrom Gamers, we hop on a Skype every week, and we each bring a topic for our discussion, but more importantly, for your entertainment. There's 5 topics each episode, and each topic is its own video on YouTube that we put on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. Monday through Friday, topic by topic, and on Saturday, all the topics are rolled up in the full episode that you can get. All of that's for free, but there is a way to get it earlier and simultaneously supporting us for as low as $1. If you just have a couple, like 99 cents, 100 cents lying around, you don't need it, it's just $1, send it our way if you like what you're hearing and like what you're seeing. You can do that on our YouTube channel, on the support button, or you can go to patreon.com/MaelstromGamers, and you can give us $1, and we'll give you these episodes early. In addition to that, there's free ways to support us too. You can go on our Facebook page, you can go on our Instagram page, and you can go to our Twitter @Maelstrom Gamers, and you can follow us, like us, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel. All of that stuff is great. We love hearing from you guys. We love all the support that we're getting. People are sharing, people are shouting out and commenting and just adding their 2 cents. All thoughts and opinions welcome, but you know, we reserve the right to disagree.
Disagree always.
Especially flat earthers, because they seem to hate us.
They hate us.
So
that's
yeah,
I don't know why we love them.
And look, if you haven't had enough of us with all of that, you can
and everything. And I remember just sitting there hanging out with my mom and her brothers, you know, and it was so much fun. And we'd be out on like this gazebo and everything, and my uncles would be drinking beer, but I was like only 15, you know, so I'm just sitting there hanging out with them, and we'd play board games and whatnot. And it was just cool to see my mom in that kind of atmosphere, you know, like kind of letting loose, having some wine and stuff, and not having to worry about football practice, cheerleading practice, work, all these like crazy things, you know. So that was always a very fun memory. And I don't know, it just always sticks out in my head, seeing my mom sitting there having fun, and not worrying about, you know, dinner and everything. So,
you know, talking about your mom, man, one of the memories I have of your mom, like all the time too, was when she would make chicken pot pie.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's the best when you have like a food memory associated with that.
She introduced me to chicken pot pie I've never had in my life, and it was like she was like, "Here, you want chicken pot pie?" I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You know, what is this mystery that says chicken, which is one of my favorite things. So it's like
pie,
frosted like pie. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good," you know, like the sauce and stuff. And I'm telling you, like that's what got me into like nowadays. I know it's not as good, not even close, but I'll buy those frozen chicken pot pies just because of Gail, which is Ian's mom.
Damn.
Because I'm like, dude, it
good
made
job, Gail.
Yeah, good job.
And she put it in the oven, and it seemed like to always come out perfect, you know, like because you could always.
Yeah.
You could always, and when I would cook it, I'd like overcook it, burn it, and shit. I'm like,
And your mom's like, "You amateur."
That's why I ended up getting those frozen ones, because I was like, I don't know what she did, but like this thing like kind of works.
Do you guys have certain recipes? So the chicken pot pie thing seems to be Gail's. Rocco, do you have something interesting cooking wise that your mom has done? Because I know
enchiladas, man. My mom can make some delicious enchiladas. Like she doesn't end up doing it like with a corn tortilla. She ends up doing with a flour tortilla, which makes it more like kind of like a burrito still enchilada.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Like honestly, so good. That's
nice. So is that something that you constantly ask for your mom when you see her?
Oh yeah. It's like, so anytime she ever says, "Okay, you get one meal."
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
Whatever, it's enchiladas.
Yeah.
You know?
Did she ever make some for you for college? Did she ever like bring some or anything like that?
I
know you weren't as.
She ever.
I mean, it's quite a drive, but
it was like 7 hours, but she still should have. I'm gonna get on to her for that one. I mean, like, you left me stranded for 4 years. Sherry.
All right, Sherry. Rocco's coming for you.
I want enchiladas.
My mom. Okay, so my mom notoriously and infamously, and she does not hide this. She's not a great cook.
Okay.
She cooked a lot, or she tried. But she just always jokes about her not being a cook. But the one thing that I do love that she makes, that I always enjoy and I always get when I come home, is baked ziti. She always has like frozen baked ziti ready to go to be heated up in the. Also follow us and watch us live streaming games. We're playing a lot of the Division. I'm seeing some Dark Souls 3 on there. We're certainly always playing League of Legends. So. You know, you can watch us and follow us.
And some Smite. Ian's got Smite going.
Yeah,
He's actually trying to get me into that right now.
That's right.
I'm thinking I'm going to.
So we're playing a lot of games, probably the most we've played in a while. You can watch us do that on YouTube.com, on our YouTube channel, and we also want to play with you. Come be a Maelstrom gamer. So support us for $1, be a Maelstrom gamer, and then come play with us. Join us in Smite, join us in Division, in the Dark Zone. I know everybody needs some little bit of help, right? So you need some friends in that game. We're wanting to be your friends. We just want to play with the community and the audience that watches us, and so we'd be really excited for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how better, like, I just realized that if they wanted to play with it, I don't think they know our handles. So I think what I'm going to do is eventually add your guys' handles to each YouTube channel. Yeah. So you guys can either get harassed, added as a friend, or something like that.
It works.
So we'll put like, you know, our PSN or our Xbox or League of Legends, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Steve-O's is abusive 69.
Yeah. I don't know. You see, did that one at such a young age. I still don't know why he did it.
All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on our first topic.
Boys and girls.
Let's do it.
Everybody knows this week is Mother's Day.
Ooh.
So if you don't know it's Mother's Day, you have about, like, I don't know, 6 days until May 8th, this Sunday, to go out and get a present for your wife, for your mom, for your grandma, for your great-grandma, however grandmas you have. You need to go out there, at least get a card, do something for them.
Or at least call them.
Being a mom is amazing, so...
Show that gratitude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with this first topic is favorite mom memory. It's a little sappy, but
favorite mom memory.
I think it's worth it.
Mom, you're my favorite. I love you.
It's really good. Billy Joel.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
If you don't know about that, then
I don't think so.
Then you don't know.
No, that was like Neil Diamond. I'm crazy. That was like Neil Diamond.
I got to think about this one. So, favorite
mom memory.
There's just so many.
Memory.
Yeah.
I guess, well, you know, one of my favorites is one that I'll always remember is, I was, age-wise, though, that's the only thing I guess I don't remember. My mom got married to my stepfather, and
I remember.
we were out there, and I think it was like, what, 15 then? Were we 15? Or 13?
I think we're like 13, maybe 13 or 14-ish.
Okay, so maybe that, 13 and 14. And it was, I got to go out there and dance with my mom, and I used to love Boyz II the Men. That song, Mama.
Yeah.
Mama, I just want you to know.
Yeah.
That loving you is like food to my soul.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Rocker, you have a really great voice.
No, so I sang that song out to her out when we were dancing. I was just sitting there, doing her thing, and it was, I don't know, that was a really memorable moment for me. I knew it was a memorable moment for my mom too, because it's like one that we can always kind of discuss. But it was like that one sticks out hardcore because there was just so much love at that time. Everybody, my parents had my mom and Neil had been together for so long that when they finally got married, it was a big deal. It was cool. I'd say that's one of my top 3 at least.
Yeah. How do you think that made her feel
huh?
when you were singing that?
How did what?
Now that you're a parent, I'm curious. Like, how do you think that made your mom feel when you?
I mean, my mom's always been a really emotional person as it is.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't matter if it could give me anything, she just starts tearing up. My mom was like, during that time, I was thinking she was bawling. She was trying as hard as she can to not like mess up her wedding makeup and stuff like that. But I'd say like. I don't know, like that. Being a parent now, that's like it's memorable when your kids do something that's so touching like that. Like most recently, it was like my son reached out to my dad, his Papa Guru, and just out of the blue was like, "Hey, Papa Guru, I love you. I just want you to know." And it was like, whoa, that just nobody was saying anything, nobody was doing anything. He was obviously just in his head had thought that going on, and as like a parent, a grandparent, like it could be like. Heart touching, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what happened with my mom at that moment, and that's why it's kind of like impacted us both. It's like one of those times we got to share together. That was like memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You, man, come on, you gotta.
Yeah, no, I'm going to
think about some other ones.
Yeah. Okay, go think about some more. Ian's. Do you have a favorite mom memory that you want to share?
I mean, I've been trying to think of this. I just have so many memories of my mom. She was always just like such a hard worker and do virtually anything for us.
Yeah.
But probably, let's see here. I keep thinking about when I danced with my mom at my wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was actually.
My mom's
yeah.
gonna watch this and be like, "You son of a bitch," because we didn't have that
Oh
dad mom
yeah,
dance.
I remember your mom was on Skype though, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been a memory that I'm gonna share.
There you go. So, it was funny because she told me before, she goes, I'm going to probably cry while we dance. I said, don't cry. Just don't cry. That's the only thing. So the whole time she sat there, she's like, I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Yeah.
I'm not crying.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty funny memory. I mean, the memories, I guess, from back when I was a kid, it's kind of more like a family memory, but it was on my mother's side. And we'd always have golf tournaments, you know, and we all like divide up into teams.
The oven again, and it's freaking delicious. So I love that.
Gotcha.
Especially because when I was a kid, I was a really picky eater, and I wasn't about to have chunks of meat in my goddamn pasta because I thought that was weird. I was like, you have your hamburger over here with the bun, and you got your pasta over here with the sauce, and you don't mix these. This is weird. So baked ziti was great
We're
because there's no meat in there.
sheltered.
But she did not. Sorry.
I was a picky eater too. Actually, I hate like ricotta.
Yeah.
I can't
really?
stand ricotta.
Now
and my
or
mom
used to?
I still, I mean, I can stand it now, but like lasagna, I don't like lasagna. I love like spaghetti and everything like that, but
totally.
I hate lasagna.
That's
and
crazy.
when I was growing up, my mom would make, like, my mom's a good cook. She's actually a really good cook, and she would make lasagna for the whole family, and then in a separate dish, make my own lasagna, and all it was layers of meat sauce and the
that's
long
how you
noodles.
get Ian.
That was it.
And that's how you get Ian.
Dude.
She's like, here you go, everybody. Okay, Ian, I made you a special. He's like, yes, mommy.
Oh, you know,
Our
a
mom's
really
great
good
like
memory.
that.
I was being a little shit once, and I was sitting at my counter, and my mom was making French toast for the first time.
This isn't
and
a crazy story, Ian, is it?
No.
Okay.
This is a good story. This is a memory. Like, my mom's like, "Hey, we're having French toast for dinner," and I was like, "I don't like it." She goes, "You never had it." I said, "I don't like it." You know, so I sat there.
I don't like French.
I sat there and argued with her for like 10 minutes at the counter, and she's like, "You're just gonna try it, by?" I said, "Nope, not gonna do it." I'm like 9 or 10 years old or something like that.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Dude, I can imagine
Kid,
that.
it's French
My
toast.
kid's doing that.
Yeah.
My kid's doing that right now. He's about to turn 5. It's like, hey, da-da-da. He's like, nope, I don't want to try it. Like, no, you haven't even tried it yet. Like, you gotta try it first. Like, just nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah, I might have been like younger. I think I might have been like 6 or
But you
7.
said 9. I'm gonna leave it at 9. You're just stubborn. You're an older stubborn asshole.
So finally she forces me, because we'll get into those stories later when my mom morphs, and she forced me to eat it, and I took a bite of it. I was like, oh my god, this thing's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And like I just did a 180. I was like, yeah, can I get some more?
Yeah, no shit.
That's
Did
the way.
she try to
that's the way-
explain to you that it's like waffles?
Like,
Yeah. I mean, cause she used to make homemade waffles and everything, and I like those, but she's like, these are like a lot better than those. She goes, you got to try it. I was like, nope, don't want it. Give me
my
like
God.
chicken fingers or something.
Yeah, of course. I want chicken fingers, breakfast, mac and cheese.
Hey, what's your mom's name now, Clay?
Mary.
Mary. Okay,
nice.
yeah, Mary.
So,
Right.
Mary cooks great baked ziti.
Yeah.
So the memory I have, my mom, I think the one that stands out the most that I can appreciate and really just